Okay, folks, this is Bag of Don, Stock Market Caddy. Today is January 7th. It's a Tuesday, and it's 3:25. And we're going to do something that we haven't done in a while, and that is we're going to film the last video. We're going to film video the last, well, it's really the last 45 minutes of the market hours. It's the last half an hour for the sheeple. And then the futures, we get an extra 15 minutes. And then it closed for 15 minutes. Then we get another 30 minutes to carve things up. But I wanted to show you through the eyes of Swing Machine how we're positioned right here and now. And that is everything is long. The Russell is starting to show a bit of that it's flagging here in a dip. And we're anticipating that this market is going to sell down. And so I'm not going to run a commentary here through it all, but keep your eyes peeled on the 1 minute ES, the 1 minute NQ, the 1 minute Russell, they're dipping now, and then the 1 minute Dow. And what you'll begin to see is if we're going to get that sell off, you'll see them go into a dip mode, and then you'll see them light up as if things go as planned or as what we think as a short entry on the 1 minute. This is the 5 minute. We want the 1 minute, and then they'll confirm short, and when they do, then the trade purse will start counting on the short side. So we're going to just sit back, we're going to mute our mic, and we'll offer a commentary when and if this plays out, and we're going to give you an idea as to how we approach the markets. But we do think that that there is going to be a sell down, and we can get into that later. We'll explain that to our members this evening. So we're going to go ahead and mute this microphone and let you watch. Now keep an eye on the 1 minute S&P, the 1 minute NASDAQ, the 1 minute Russell, and the 1 minute Dow. We're looking for them to go into a dip mode, then into the light up white as a short entry. Then they will confirm red if we're going to get a short going or a sell into the close. And then we'll keep an eye on our purse. We'd also expect the VIX here to, and this is actually a 5 minute, we'd expect the VIX to actually turn green. But we're going to now just pause this mic. We're not going to pause the video. We're going to let it run. And hopefully YouTube, if it runs 30 minutes, they'll let us upload it if anyone wants to see a market close using futures. It's always the most one of the most they say it's the most important hour. That's CNBC. It's one of the most dangerous hours because it's the hour in which the sheeple have to make a decision how they want to be positioned when their head hits the pillow tonight. For us, trading futures, that's not a consideration for us because we have the markets available to us, starting at, well, they close officially at 5, they close for an hour, then they open back up at 6, and they're open all night. So, we're not going to get barbecued, but they might. So let's see what they're going to do here in the last hour. Now, I will point out, if you had in fact gone long on the 1 minute at 251, you'd be up 175. You'd be up at 253, 160. You at 301, you would have been up 25, and the YM at 254, you'd be up 175, which isn't a bad trade in and of itself. But we're going to see if this market's going to roll over, and there's really no way to know for sure. But I want you to see what a rollover looks like when you're looking at Swing Machine and how easy it is to identify the rollover. You'll actually see the selling start, and this is, potentially, here's the dip now, here's a dip. When you'll see it on all the markets, then you'll see the 1 minute trend starting to moderate, which is what it's starting to do now. Okay, so stay tuned, and we'll see if we can carve up this trade. Okay, so we're starting to see, here's the ES is in a dip mode. The Russell is in a dip. The Dow is in a dip. The NQ is trying to dip. That's the first hint. It's still in an upward trend, or an upward sloping trend on the 1 minute. That's what that means. But if it goes into a dip and the dip fails, it'll light up white as a short entry. Then if that white entry, if those conditions stay true for at least 1 minute, then it will confirm as a short. The box will turn completely red. The counter will start counting the short side. It'll light up it'll have a red number 2 in it, and it'll be shrouded in red. And then the purse will start calculating the entry price from here, from over here on the short side. Right now it's still long, but we're starting to see price come under pressure, and you can see the 1 minute starting to moderate. So the time, let me show you what time it is. It's 3:32, so it's very late in the day, and we're going to see if this market does in fact what they call rollover into the close and sell down. And what they do, it's very it's not us, folks. Don't be mad at us, but it's what the banks do and what we call the stock pimps. They want the retail public. They want your money. They want you to buy the paper they're holding, the shares, the crap, and they want you to send them their money. Then as soon as they have it all, then they dump it. And the retail crowd are left with the proverbial holding the bag. But we'll see what happens. Stay tuned if you're interested. And once again, I'm Bagadon at StockMarketCaddy.com. And if you want to check out our website, feel free. If you ever want to give me a call, 813-758-8263. And we are a mentoring site. We're not a money management site. We're not making recommendations to buy or sell anything. We just teach other like-minded people like ourselves, non-Wall Street. I didn't park my car at Harvard. I didn't go to Princeton. I didn't go to Harvard and study economics. No. I just learned how to trade the markets, hold on to my bread. Not only just hold on to my bread, but make bread, make some money. That's what we're about. Okay, we're going to leave the rest of the economic bullshit to the Harvard guys, what we call the asset gatherers. Why do we call them asset gatherers? That's because they want your money. They want to gather your assets so they can trade it, thousands of times a day. That's how they get to build those big fancy buildings in New York and in Chicago, and the homes out in the Hamptons and out in Malibu. You know, they're not about to call you and say, hey, this market is top heavy and it might be time to sell. No, 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 no. No, they're going to sell. You're not going to sell. They're going to tell you to buy the dip. And that's the buy the dip philosophy too. By the way, it's one of the first lessons we teach our traders. That may be appropriate in a during an uptrend, but when the market changes and actually goes into a downtrend, buying the dip is exactly the wrong formula. You would actually want to be selling the rip, and which they never talk about. You're probably like, I've never heard that, selling the rip. Yeah, no, they don't want you to know that, because if you buy the dip, then you send them your money, and they get to hold it, they get to keep it, and go to sleep with it, and bathe in their pools and their hot tubs and buy their airplanes with it and do everything else. They're the ones who sell the rips. And that's why many retail traders, you'll hear them say, or investors, boy, I made a ton of money, but then I gave it all back. That's because when the market went into a downtrend, they didn't understand how and why they were getting in, and they continued to buy the dips. Well, that's precisely the wrong thing to do when the market starts a downtrend. You want to sell the rips. Otherwise, you're going to give everything back, and you're going to give it back twice as fast. So we're still here. We're still here on an intra. This is intraday. So this is all magnified. Okay. The trading philosophy is the same, but this is intraday. We're not talking about the S&P, where it's going to be 2 weeks from now. I'm talking about where it's going to be in the next 45 minutes so that I can make a buck. Okay, so we are in fact dipping. So that's all good. I don't still know if they're going to continue to sell down. I would have liked to have seen the VIX start to get into a rip mode. It isn't. But let's see if these light up and give us short entries, and then we still have plenty of time. It's only 3:37. Okay. Now the banks love to do this tricky crap right at the end of the day and really catch the sheeple flat-footed. If they can sell it down at the end of the day, then they'll sell it down overnight, and then guess what? Tomorrow morning, you're meted you are meted, if there is such a word. But you're met, not meted. What the hell? I told you I didn't go to Harvard. You're met, meted. A little tired. You're met with a gap down. That's kind of like one of those oh shit trades. What? Oh shit! Why did I buy it? They get you to buy in the morning. One of the other things the retail crowd love to do is they get so eager. They got to get their money in too. You're eager to give it to them. Oh, I got my money in. So you buy the opens. You love to buy in the morning. Now, banks don't buy anything in the morning. They sell it in the afternoon. You don't want to, if you are an investor, stop buying crap in the morning. Buy it in the end of the day. Get the benefit of seeing, the price action for the day, and buy it in the last 5 or 10 minutes. No, you don't want to buy it today, though. No, that wouldn't be a good. Well, we're not making a recommendation, but it wouldn't be a good idea. And we don't have time here to show and tell you why, but our systems are telling us that not just on an intraday basis the market's coming back, but on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, these markets are going to be coming back in a big way. That may actually be disorderly. So there we go. There's the short entry. Isn't that like magic? Here's the short entry. Here's the short entry. We want another short entry here. Okay, now you're probably saying, is this guy clairvoyant? Does he have a crystal ball? No, it's just years and years of experience. And we know how their computers work, and that's what Swing Machine is doing for us. So again, we want to see this one light up short entry. And then if the selling really gets underway the way that we think it might, you'll see these white boxes turn red, and they'll say short. short, which really means sell. Um, but see, we will actually short them and we'll make money when the market's going down. The Wall Street doesn't teach the retail people how to short because, see, they don't. There they go. Okay, so here's the short. There it is. There's the short, and there's a short, and there's a short, and we're still waiting for the Dow. We want the Dow to go short. Notice this one here. Here's the red letter 2, 2, 2, shrouded in white. What does the 2 stand for? That means that this market has been short for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And now this is the purse, and it shorted it at 3239.75, not 3240, not 3239, 3239.75. Okay? And this one's still oscillating. This one's trying to come back on us, but we'll watch at least these two. And let's see, we want them all to get into a short mode, and we'll see. So this still oscillating a little bit. Some people are putting in what they call market orders, and that's the retail crowd. And here we go. We're still flashing on this short. Let's see if it's going to stick for us. Here's the short entry on the Dow. It's a little late, but we want to see this confirm. And then before the end of this video, now we're going to go. Now the retail people, they're going to have to close up their books at 4 o'clock. We're sorry. That's what the banks. The markets are now closed. And then the banks will really get into it between 4 and 4:15. Then they'd break for 15 minutes for, for a big laugh, big cup of coffee, maybe have a cocktail, run to the bathroom, and they laugh. They have a big jolly. They say, boy, did we rip them off today. And then they come back around 4:30, and then they rip them again between 4:30 and 5, and then they close, and then they go out, to the nearest steakhouse, or they go to Scores in New York, and they with some of the money they made, and I hate to say it, but they probably go to a bunch of strippers and all that. And then they'll come back later tonight, and they're interns, and they'll sell the market down some more and rip off the American people. But that's for another story. So here it is. We're short. We've been short for 4 minutes, and it's flat. There's no money. There's $12.50. Here is NQ, and it's been short for 4 minutes. It's up $5. Nothing much yet. The Russell is now short for 4 minutes. It's down 10. And then the YM is now confirmed short. Here's the shroud, and it's basically flat. So let's see if they stay put, and we're going to let you watch. I won't distract, and we'll see where the purse is come about 4:15 or so. And maybe we'll have to update this. We may, but we'll come back and tell you what we're going to do here in terms of the video. All right. Once again, I'm Bagadon at Stock Market Caddy, and let's just show you the time. It's 3:43, January 7th, and it's a Tuesday, otherwise known as Turnaround Tuesdays. Suck them in the morning and then slam them in the afternoon. Okay, so now you get to see the banks kind of dump it. See, it's just in time. It's 350, and the retail crowd, they got 10 minutes to decide, geez, do I really want to carry this stuff overnight, or am I going to get scrod in the morning? They're probably going to get scrod. They're probably going to get screwed. Um, but in any case, but let's look at what we're doing. So remember this trade that we put on 12 minutes ago? It's up $50, $60 and counting, just to focus your eye. Remember this little trade here that we put on 12 minutes ago? It's up 130, 135. This trade here is still cooking. And then see this trade right here, 10 minutes ago, it's up 60.75. So there we go, and now we're underway. So this is the old Wall Street trick. Suck them in, tell them a story, in the morning, the Contrarian News Bubble channel. The originators, the fake news, everyone gives Trump credit for creating or coining the phrase fake news. We've been calling it fake news. The real fake news was created by the financial media years and years ago. And you're seeing it on full display. Now everybody wants in on the act. Not just the 1 minute, but the 3 minute crowd, the 5 minute crowd. They're like, I don't want to hold this crap overnight. Are you kidding me? It ain't worth it. I'm going to sell it to some other sucker. It's the greater fool theory. Now, I really wish it wasn't like that. I really wish that, that we could study at Harvard and we could determine, price valuations and peg ratios and kick the tires and, and really be smart about it. But you know what, folks? There's no place for that, thanks to the Federal Reserve. But that's another story. See, the Federal Reserve has been in here. They're the biggest intraday trader around. Okay, so let's just look. Let's just cut to it. Let me cut to the chase here. It's 1 o'clock. You're up 75 or 80 bucks. You're up 170. You're up 20. You're up 85. And you got a decision to make. Do you want those profits? You're going to let them run. We're going to let them run, folks. We're going to let them run. Okay, we want to see. Let's see the retail crowd panic here in the last, now it's their last 10 minutes. We have until 4:15. We had an extra 15 minutes. That's almost like, man, I can put my feet up. It's kind of like, it's almost like an extra week. Now, and I could choose at 4:15 to book these profits, depending upon how they finish, or I could take that 15-minute break, have a little, I don't want to have a cup of coffee this late in the day, but, have some crackers and milk and, and then see at 4:30, between 4:30 and 5, and see if we can really carve them up again. And then the markets close at 5, and then, Wall Street, now they're going to go out and get a cocktail, like I say, and they're probably going to stop off at Scores before they, meet their wife at some steakhouse or something later tonight. I'm going to go for a jog. I'm going to go to the gym and work out a little bit. Then I'll be back here at 6 o'clock, and I'll be fresh as a daisy. No alcohol here. So here we go. Now see that? Now you saw the whole market. Do you see how that rolled over? In 30 minutes, they just rolled it right over. So you're up 162.50. You're up 300 here. You're up 55 here. And you're up 150 here. Isn't that amazing? Now, if you want to talk to me about how all this works and how you do it. Now, I don't, coach. We do coach. But we don't make specific recommendations now to buy or sell anything. You need to learn how to use these tools yourself. You need to put in the time and understand what the market is, and most importantly, what the market is not. Now, I cannot promise you that you are going to make money, but you will learn a ton, and you will have fun, that's for sure, and you will never, and I promise you, never look at the markets the same way again. Now, Wall Street won't like that, and the asset gatherers, because you might begin to question what they're doing with your bread. I think that would be a good idea anyways, but so we're going to go back onto mute and let you watch this. And it's a little frenetic right now, but we're not too worried. We got our stops loaded in. And these contracts, by the way, they're only, to make 135, this contract's about 1,500. This one's about 1,900. This one's about 1,200. This one's about 1,400 or so. That's the amount of money that we're using, provided that we cash this out at the end of the day. We don't carry it overnight. If you carry them overnight, you gotta have a little more margin available. But that's another story that you do need to be trained on, and you do need to understand. Now, you didn't have to take each one of these, right? You could have just taken one and made the 150. You could have taken this one, made the 250. This one here is only going to make 20. That's a little boring, but this one here might make 140, but we're going to see. So, see what's going to happen here. And then you're going to hear at 3:56. Now, I'm going to turn this on. Well, I don't know if you can hear this or not. No, I can't turn it on. But at 4 o'clock, you're going to hear the bell go ring, 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 and that means that's it. That's it. The retail crowd, head home. You're done. And now we're going to carve you up. Not me. Don't get mad at me. This is what the banks are doing to you. Aggravating, isn't it? Yeah. That's why I and my wife, lovely wife, created Swing Machine and Stock Market Caddy, because you know what, folks? I wasn't going to let them screw me. Enough already, right? The dot-com bubble. But I've been doing this and playing in the market since 1980. And we've seen a lot of bull markets, bear markets, and, it's always something else. I'm not the smartest guy in the room, too, by the way. In fact, I will arm wrestle you. I am the dumbest guy in the room. And if you try to paint me as being the smartest guy in the room, I will, nope. I am the dumbest out of everybody, coast to coast. I'm so dumb that I didn't buy the market on March, I think it was March 9th of 2009. Between 3:15 and 3:30, that's when all the computers turned on and everybody bought the market. And guess what? I didn't buy it then. And I didn't hold it. You see, because I didn't get the heads up from the Federal Reserve. I wasn't on their friends and family list. So I'm that dumb. You want to talk, if you really want to talk smart, you want to talk to the guy who bought the market on that day and is still holding it. See if he talks to you. Let me know how that works out. So I am the dumbest guy around. And that's why we built what we built here. So isn't that amazing? See how this all pretty much turned red? And this is what happens day in, day out, day out, day in, Now they may sell it down tonight. I would expect that they will. And I think that they'll gap it down tomorrow. I expect that. But I don't trade my expectations. I trade this. I trade the here and the now. The here and the now. There's an old comic, kind of dating myself, Flip Wilson. He used to be, remember he used to do his little shtick? He was a reverend or a priest, and he would say he came from the church of the here and the now. Well, that's what this is, the here and the now. We trade the here and the now, exactly what we see. And that way I can do what? I can control my losses. I can keep my losses really small. So this isn't going to be the biggest trade in the world, right? But let's remember, there are only 20 trading days in a month. 20. If you can make just $200 a day, just 200, that's $4,000 a month. That's not bad. Not bad. Now, earlier today, we posted a video, and I invite you to look at it. Between 8 and 9 o'clock, if you had traded the Swing Machine, one contract in each of the 4 markets, you would have made $1,000. And we did, by the way. Last night, we made a video. Please look it up, check it out. In a 2-hour period, you would have made over $2,000. How would that work? So I'm going to mute. We're going to keep running. It's 4 o'clock. You're going to hear, there's the bell. Okay, they're done. See ya. But we're going to keep going. We're up 162. We're up 205. We're up 25.30. We're up 160. Let me put the clock here. It's 4 o'clock. And you can see up here, you know, our members, they'll patch in during the course of the day. See, they're gone. They're long gone. They know better. They don't, I say they know better. They don't trade the open, and they don't like to trade at the end of the day, the close. We teach them, train them, teach them, instruct them to make their money as early as possible in the day. And guess what? Quit. Go home. Don't you wish? Now, I'm not the boss, okay? We're just, we're a mentor. But wouldn't you like it if you had a boss that said, hey, you know what? Come on in. As soon as you get your work done, you can get out of here. Boy, you'd work like an SOB, wouldn't you? You'd get in early and you'd get out early and get out of there. That's the way the market is for us. Get in and get out. And most of our members never work on a Friday afternoon. And if they get their work done by Thursday night, they don't come in on Friday. They're gone. And they don't trade on Monday mornings. No, we don't do that either. So here's the time. It's 4:01, and you're up 200, and you're up 300, so that's 500, and you're up 85, and you're up 220. And we're all red on all time frames, but we traded the 1 minute. And let me just close the clock down, and you can see we're all red. Now, while we're doing this, if you don't mind, I'm going to go over to another screen, and I'm going to start ringing the cash register. I'm going to start closing some of these trades. Look at these accelerated into the close. Now, I'm not going to put in what they call market orders. No. No, the banks would scalp me. You know, market orders are for the sheep. That's when the brokerages say, come to us, and you can trade the ETFs for free. And everybody puts in market orders, and then they sell the order flow, and you get scalped. You get scalped like, you get scalped. If you don't know what that's all about, feel free to give us a call. So I'm going to put in a limit order, and I'm going to try to make $500 on this one, and I'm going to try to make $350 on this one. So if you see this hit 500, you can know that I'll have a big smile on my face. And if you see $350 on this one, you're going to know I got a big smile there. And I'm going to try to make just $150 on this one, and I'm going to try to make $300 here. All right, so I'm going to be here. Let me scoot over to my other screen, and I'm going to put those orders in. Now, I'd like to show you putting in those orders, but then you see my account information. That's not too cool. So, I take I punch that in. Pretty easy. Now, if you want to look at charts, see, we do have charts. This is what they look like. And by the way, we do trade stocks. We did put a put on Tesla today. A put option. We'll tell you how we do that tomorrow. Okay, so our orders, it's very, very quick and easy to put these orders in. Our orders, we put them in either semi-automatically, manually like that, or we have the machine do it. And but our profits are locked in. So if this thing should quickly snap the other way, our profits are locked. We have a certain minimum amount, and so we're going to just take our time. Let me bring up the clock so you can see, isn't that a beautiful thing? So this is going to be a wonderful video. I hope it gets uploaded. I hope YouTube will take this. If you're in YouTube, please put it on 1080p. And I was just going to say that the service that we use is much better quality. And so we're going to go in here. Okay, so we're going to take right here, right now, we're taking a $200 winner off the ES. That is booked. And so we're the $200. Now, it may run up a little bit more, but we're taking 200 out. We're going to try to take 350 right here. And bingo, it just got hit. That's 350. And here we're going to see if we can get 100 out. And here we're going to see if we can get 250 out. What do I mean by out? We're short. We sold it. We're buying it back at a lower price. and then our account goes to cash. That's how that works. It's very, very easy. So if you see 100 on the Russell, now I'm not concerned with these now. I mean, we're gone. We're like a tourist. We're just kind of like passing through, So, but if this hits 100, our order will go in and we will get booked. And if you see 250 here, our order will hit too. Now I got until 415. See, I don't want to carry it over that because I gotta, the margin be greater, and I want to get what we call a profit factor, a really good profit factor. You say, what's a profit factor? Boy, if you don't know what a profit factor is, boy, oh boy. And if you're subscribing to anybody, if you've never heard that, you really, really need an education. A profit factor is when you take your gross profit and divide it by your gross losses. And as long as you have a positive profit factor, then you become a money-making machine. And we just got punched out. You see that? We just got punched out, went up to 100, and that one went up to 250. This one went up to 250. So we just got punched out. So beautiful, beautiful. Okay, now am I clairvoyant? No. But have I done this a few times? Yeah, I've done this a few times. So let me just share with you, okay, we're at 4:06 and we're going to wrap up this video here at 4:15. Now we started this about 45 minutes ago, and just to sum it up, you remember the swing machine was all green. Remember, it was all green. Everybody, ooh, yay, oh, look how much money I made, yay, yeah, okay. That was them, not us, not us. We knew exactly what we're doing, and we said, hey, we think that the market might roll over. And if it does roll over, I explained to you what it was going to look like. Right? Now, I did not know it was going to roll over. I thought it might roll over. And I wanted to trap it so that I could show you. That's all. And get paid at the same time, because I do like to get paid. And you saw exactly what happened. I said to focus on the 1 minute. Remember? And the 1 minute went into dips, each one of the markets. Because you see, the markets are not individual. Wall Street would have you believe that the markets are individual. See, in the continuing to run up, I left money on the table. But that's always a good thing. I don't mind leaving money on the table. But the markets have been what they call commoditized. What do you mean, Bagger? What do you mean by commoditized? That is, it's like a bag of wheat or a bushel of corn, or, cord of wood. We don't trade lumber that much, but I don't think they refer to it as a cord, but you get the idea. It's a commodity. It's a commodity, like a bushel of sugar. And, but they got you all focused on Tesla and, and Microsoft and all these the individual stocks are a distraction, a total distraction. But you saw them roll over. They all went into dips at about the same time, and then they lit up white as shorts, and then they went red as shorts, and then that gave us our entry price. Not before, not after. This gave us our specific entry price, and our machines put those trades on. And so we weren't in there very, very long. Now the video, started earlier, okay, but we weren't even in that trade. Well, I can tell you, we weren't in that trade 30 minutes. 30 minutes. We were less than 30, less than 19, and less than 28. So in less than 30 minutes, we made 200 on the ES. We made 350 here. That's 550. We made 100 here. That's 650. And then we made 250 here. That's $900. That works, huh? Now, 900, you do the math. There are 20 days in a month. And guess what? We were trading early today, and we were trading this morning. I'm bagging on stockmarketcaddy.com. Okay, I'm very humble. I am. I understand what this is all about, folks. Okay, I'm not. If you picked up on a little bit of a tone, a sarcastic tone, it's not with you. It's with Wall Street. It's with the banks. It's a scam, in our view. In our view. And we're very serious about what we do. And we're a mentoring site, an educational site. And we're not interested in your money. We're not interested in managing your money. We're not making specific recommendations to buy or sell anything. This basically is a private club to be able to come to and commiserate and to learn. And fortunately, over the last some 10 years, we have worked very, very hard to develop not a Bible code. Okay, this is not a Bible code. I'm not telling you that there is a specific code to the markets. There isn't. But there is math. Okay? There is math. And my wife Susan used to work at IBM, has an IQ of 160, helping me, because I'm pretty dumb, helped me to write this code. And it works. It works. It tracks price. The technical indicators that you might be using, moving averages, MACDs, things of that sort, they don't work. People want to apply those patterns, those things to what the market did yesterday, 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago, 2 years ago, 20 years ago, and apply it to what it might do tonight, tomorrow, next week, 2 years from now. That doesn't work. The only thing that works is the here and the now. The here and the now. And understanding the probabilities, understanding technology, how to use the technology, and how to structure your trades so that you put the probabilities on your side. You risk one token to make 3 or 4 tokens and get that profit factor up. The win-loss ratio, the hit rate, dare I say even the percentage return, doesn't matter. Somebody can win 9 out of 10 times, have a 90% hit rate, and lose money because they have one really or two really bad trades. Somebody can have a 10% return, but it's irrelevant. 10% on how much money and over how long a period. When we made on the NQ, we made $350 here and right in front of you. The margin that we used was $1,900 thereabouts. What's the percent return? Here we made was $200. We used about $1,500, $1,600 a margin. What's the percent return? And that's in a day. So the percent return is not relevant. It's that profit factor. It's being able to come into the markets each and every day, each and every week, and simple enough, make more money than you lose. And if you've never heard of profit factor, and you're subscribing to anybody or you're reading anything, then you're not getting your money's worth because it all starts with that. If you can do that, you become a money-making machine and you're on your way to maybe retiring early. At least you will be on your way to controlling your losses and not letting the banks take away the money that you had this morning. So with that, it's 4:13. I'm Bagger Don at Stock Market Caddy. I hope you watched the whole thing. But you know what? Chances are not many will. And I'm not about to put a picture of Kim Kardashian in her thong as my thumbnail to get views. Those people I don't want. I want serious people. I want people who have a passion about the markets and understand or at least can appreciate what we just showed you. There aren't many people that can do that. And if you still want to get a hall pass to see what we're doing day in and day out, I'm happy to do that. And if you want to do that an hour in advance or 15 minutes in advance, and you want to plug in and go see exactly how we're positioned on all 500 stocks or all NASDAQ 100, I'm happy to do that too. We're proud of what we've built. We really are. And you won't see anything like this anyplace else. We have a limited number of licenses where this technology can sit on your computer. We have an unlimited number of monthly, what we call monthly memberships, but the annual licenses are limited. Once they're taken, they'll be taken and there'll be a waiting list. And I have no idea how long that will be because very, very rarely do we lose anybody. So the market's just closed temporarily, and we're going to go and have a little glass of milk. But 225 was the final. We made 200. 390 was the final. We made 350. 125 was the final. We made 100. And 230 was the final. In profit, we made 250. We made $900 in less than 30 minutes, and we demonstrated it to you live. I wish everyone the best. I hope you'll give me a call, and I hope you'll join. Good luck. I'm Bag of Don, StockMarketCaddy.com.